Hey there everybody, it's the author AuthorASnorton, and you're joining me for the Fast 15. As we normally do on Wednesday afternoons, we take no more than about 15 minutes to kind of pause, check up, check in, enjoy a note from any of the books, audio books, make a couple of announcements, and then get you on your day. As you know, sometimes you can't wait till the end of the day or the beginning of the next day for your pick-me-up or time to pause and reboot. And today I realized I was not gonna be in my usual spot at 1 p.m. like I normally do when I record. So I'm being real creative, and we're walking and talking before I go into the barber's. I know you're like, barbershop, yeah, I gotta look good for some upcoming stuff, and I'm gonna share that with you. But make sure to stay connected with me on the gram at AuthorASnorton. And of course, click on the link in the bio for my Linktree, Linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton. And that way you can get all the updates, the website, the social media, information on the AuthorASnorton blend in collaboration with Fonte's Coffee, archival editions of this Conversation Corner on the Status Network, and some other stuff. So we're gonna walk and talk in a different spot today. So I'm actually in the grid where my barber is, and let's see, I'm gonna walk this way because I don't know what direction they're going. Sure don't. So I think if I go across the street, I should be in good shape. So I know I'm doing this all backwards and all that type of stuff, but hey, every once in a while you gotta freestyle on some things. So, you know, see people riding by, driving by, whatever. Let me see if I can cross over. We're waiting to see what I'm gonna do. So let's take a look. Hold on. So they're turning, I think after, yep, perfect. Okay, so I think I'm situated. So before we dive in for our message for the day, of course, we know there's people that are going through stuff, and there's a lot of things taking place with people. Some of it's physical, some of it's mental, some of it is financial, things along those lines. So if you're somebody you know is going through it right about now, sending a word of encouragement up to you, your family, friends, loved ones, all that type of thing. Because we know when life is lifing, it can really be lifing, and it's not always the greatest experience. And when you're going through stuff, yeah, you understand you got to go through it to grow through it, but sometimes you don't feel like going through it. You sure don't feel like growing through it either. So if that sounds like you or someone you know, just sending a word of encouragement out. Do what you need to kind of pause, reboot, refresh, identify, you know, what it is you got to do. So we're walking by the post office. Maybe I got some fan mail today. We'll see. But yeah, but if you or somebody who knows really going through something, it's okay to go through the range of emotions, but take time that you need to pause and reboot, and then start identifying, do you need to get professional attention? Do you need to just change up your routine? Things along those lines, just to help you. I'm gonna stand right here, just to help. And there's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame in needing any help, because we all do at different points in time. You know, by the same token, if you or somebody you know is going through something positive, again, physically you're doing better, mentally you're doing better, all those types of things, we definitely want to shout you out, and you should celebrate because you know what you had to work through in order to get to where you're going. Feed off the positive energy, but let's not forget those who aren't doing so well. So those are always the words of acknowledgement, encouragement, celebration, all that. We do that around here. I know I need it from time to time, and I know other people need it too. So today's note is just going to come from the most recent book, Quotes and Notes, Something's on the Horizon. As some of you are aware, all with the exception of one are original quotes by yours truly, but bigger than the quote is the explanation behind it, as well as space for you to journal, because you know sometimes you got to write it down and write it out. So what I want to leave you with today is embrace your greatness. Again, embrace your greatness. We forget how great we really are. You know, when you wake up each morning, when your mind is functioning, when you learn that new skill set, when you identify a gift or talent, when you start operating in your gifts and talents, That's great right there. And everyone has some type of gift, and especially when it is leaving a positive footprint, or when it's being utilized in a proper and enriching manner. Embrace your greatness. There's many people that'll try to knock it down because the way you go about your greatness, because it's not done the way that they do it, folks are going to say stuff. But take your moments to kind of pause, steal away, think, reflect, listen to people who will give you constructive feedback, and embrace what's great about you. Some of you have a gift for speaking or singing or creating, building, writing, designing, things along those lines. So embrace the great things that you have inside of you. That's the note for today. Embrace it. Don't deny who you are. So that's our note for the day, and you can get that from Quotes and Notes. Something's on the horizon. Okay, so a couple quick things in regards to things that are upcoming. This Saturday, April 19th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Conyers, Georgia. Join me in downtown Conyers at the Conyers Book Festival. I'm one of the participating authors. Make sure to stop by my table/tent. I'll have copies of all the books, information on the audiobooks. I'll have limited bags of the AuthorASnorton blend coffee. So we'll have some decaf, light roast, medium, and bourbon infused. So it's a great sip in regards to reading any of my books or any of that type of thing. Shouts to Fonte's Coffee for the collaboration. So again, Saturday, April 19th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Stop by Conyers, Georgia, downtown Conyers for the Conyers Book Festival. Stop by my tent, say hey, add any of the books to your collection or your book club or your favorite reader. Get a bag of really good coffee in collaboration with Fonte's Coffee with the AuthorASnorton blend. And again, we'll have the decaf, light roast, medium, and bourbon infused. Shouts to Coach Terrence Banks at Central Gwinnett High School next Tuesday, which will be the 22nd. The golf tournament taking place at the Old Atlanta Golf Club in Swanee, Georgia. It's a benefit for student athletics, not just the football team. As people know, football is a revenue bringer for almost all sports. So if you're somebody you know as a golfer, make sure to check out Central Gwinnett. Their football team is hosting their golf tournament on the 22nd. Of course, Alphas of Atlanta, May 1st through 4th, is the 10th annual Alpha Derby weekend. It's a Kentucky Derby themed event. We've been a part of that for since day one. It's a great Kentucky Derby themed event, whether you do the entire weekend or bits and pieces. Definitely check out Alphas of Atlanta and Alpha_Derby on your favorite social media platforms, and visit alphaderbyweekend.com. There's still a handful of spots for teams for their golf tournament, which will be Friday, May 2nd at Chapel Hills Golf Course in Douglasville, Georgia. Friday night, May 2nd at the Delta Flight Museum. Come out for the kickoff party and concert, live band, DJ, and for the folks that like to do the shuffles and all that type of stuff, we'll have Cupid as our headliner to go ahead and bring that festive vibe and energy. Saturday's main watch party and event, indoor outdoors at the Delta Flight Museum. That's on May 3rd. Definitely, ladies, you all know how you do it. Men, fellas, make sure you bring your A game. And then May 4th is our Sunday brunch at our host hotel, the Omni Atlanta. And we've got a nice little surprise for people who end up getting your brunch tickets. So make sure to check out alphaderbyweekend.com for all the details. So I'm going to go ahead and start making my walk back. We've definitely been creative. Last week we were in Birmingham. Shouts to Black College Sports Group 360. We were in Birmingham. We got a chance after covering the 10th Magic City Diamond Classic to go ahead and go to Rickwood Field, historic Rickwood Field. So amazing place. If you get a chance to go, please go. And shouts to the folks for helping maintain that field and using it on a regular basis across the board. So shouts to the folks there, shouts to the folks at Regents Field, shouts to the folks in Birmingham, Alabama for doing some really creative stuff out there. Other than that, like I said, check me out April 19th at the Conyers Book Festival, Conyers, Georgia. If you can't be there in person, be there in spirit. Like, share the info, all that type of thing. Of course, continue to check me out here on the gram. Check me out linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton. I'm starting making my way back. It's almost time for my barber's appointment. I mean, I still look good. I'm trying to look better. All of you guys, listen, take very good care. Thank you so much for everybody for, you know, all the support and start walking back. You know, little creative tip when you're out here during the sun, you want to get a better light filter, stand under a tree. You'll notice truer picture. All right, let me go ahead and hustle out of here, but all of you guys take very good care. Whether small or big, a victory is a victory. Whether slow or swift, movement's movement. Keep it victorious, keep it moving. I sure am. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.